Yo, Joe. Talking comics, here's your host. It's A Real American Brian.
And we're back to read some more G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. This time we're diving into issue number 18. We get another Denny O'Neil cover, Destro and Cobra Commander looking at a monitor showing Joe surrounding someone in Cobra gear. Destro returns. Larry Hama writing and Mike Vosberg and D'Agostino providing the art. The Joes and the APC are approaching the beach at Coney Island as a plane with a Cobra logo flies overhead. Hawk hasn't told the other Joes why they are going to Coney Island, and then he sees Scarface get out of a taxi. Then reveals that he received a postcard at the pit from an old friend, telling him that Scarface was headed to Coney Island and he would be there as well. Since Scarface is here, it seems apparent that the postcard was not a Cobra trick, and that Snake Eyes is alive. All the Joes, particularly Scarlet, are excited by the news. There's a postscript on the postcard that only Scarlet would know about. She confirms that this came from Snake Eyes. Torpedo and Rock and Roll begin breaking out the Manta for the first time. Good to see they saved up their flag points. The Cobra plane is setting Destro down at the highest point on the roller coaster, and then he orders them to return to Springfield. Quinn and Snake Eyes have arrived at Coney Island in their pink Cadillac. All the Joes see the Cobra plane hover, and then they spot Destro getting out. Scarface in the roller coaster utility shed spots Destro. The Joes and the APC pull up onto the beach. Everyone has arrived to hunt down Scarface. The Manta lands on the beach, and Scarface starts up the roller coaster to try to knock Destro off. Quinn kicks in the shed door and grabs Scarface, demanding information on Dr. Venom. Destro turns to see the roller coaster coming at him and unleashes one of his wrist rockets at it. After Quinn gets the information he is looking for, he gives the keys for the Cadillac to Scarface and tells him to make a run for it. Destro, still alive, spots him running from the shed. The Joes arrive and see Destro. Everyone is heading for the roller coaster shed. Destro unleashes another wrist rocket to get them to take cover. Hawk sends Stalker and Scarlet to the shed. Everyone else is to provide covering fire. Quinn tells Snake Eyes it is time for him to decide. Stay with him and go after Dr. Venom, or go outside and join his friends. Destro hops a fence and heads out after Scarface. All the Joes are directed to the shed. Scarlet and Stalker get there first and find it empty. So Snake Eyes has chosen revenge on Dr. Venom. Destro commandeers an ice cream truck, and the Joes get back into the APC, and everyone chases after Scarface in the Cadillac. The Joes attempt to shoot the ice cream truck with no luck, and then take out the tires of the caddy. The car crashes, and Scarface takes off on foot, but doesn't make it far before Destro scoops him up. The Cadillac was leaking fuel after the crash, and it explodes as the APC gets near it, causing the APC to flip onto its side. Destro gets away. Destro takes Scarface to the airport, and once the Joes get back on their wheels, they arrive there as well. Security tells the Joes 2 terrorists just hijacked an airplane. Destro makes landing plans in Tripoli and tells them to expect a supersonic jet with other passengers on it to arrive before them. The Joes load up the transport with vehicles. Ace will be in the Sky Striker offering air support, and everyone in attendance will be going on this one. Clutch, Scarlet, Stalker, Airborne, Wild Bill, Ace, Grunt, Flash, and Rock and Roll. Torpedo is left behind. He won't be too useful in the desert anyway. Ouch, hurtful Scarlet. Destro is provided a welcome landing in Libya, and as they head to the limo, Dr. Venom is waiting for Scarface in the back seat, and he is ready to inject him. The Joes discover a secret Cobra base in Libya. They plan to land just north of there in the oil fields. Scarface has the toxin in him, and it will remain dormant for 2 weeks. After that, he will be unstoppably infectious. They must get him to the G.I. Joe headquarters before that happens. Scarface in the hall hears all of this. The Joes unload and get their briefing on the plan to grab Scarface and get out of Dodge. Ace spots the Cobras coming in close. The Joes mount up and get ready for action. Hawk gets clutched to confirm Scarface's identity as the man that shot him in San Francisco. Then he jumps onto the back of Scarface's his tank. The last time he pulled this maneuver, it didn't go so well. He smashes Scarface in the back of the head, loads him onto the vamp, and the Joes in the air begin their strafing run, intentionally missing to provide a distraction for the escape. The Joes disable Destro's hiss tank, but he is okay and gets on board another hiss. The Joes on the motorcycle jump onto the vamp, and Wild Bill hooks onto them to fly them away. The Joes have Scarface and a sub headed back to G.I. Joe headquarters. That is issue 18. The Cobra Trojan horse has been accepted and is being brought into the pit. Cobra has won this time, and the Joes don't even realize it. Where do we go from here? My favorite panel in this one is right here. Scarlet getting emotional reading the postscript on the postcard from Snake Eyes. Only Snake Eyes would know that. He is alive. Another great chapter to this adventure, and we leave our Joes in trouble, but they don't know it yet. I'm going to give this issue 4 flag points. Can't wait to see what happens next. But that is issue 18. Knowing is half the battle, and now you know. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video where we dive into issue 19, and hopefully all the Joes don't die from this plague toxin.
You've been watching a Real American Brian production in association with the letters G, I, and JOE.